welcome everyone to our second town hall for the month of November. As I mentioned a couple of minutes ago, this will probably be one of our last town halls for this year. Probably having one or two more during December, but yeah. So first of all, wanted to thank you everyone for joining. We know today's Thanksgiving Day. Thanksgiving Day in the US. So happy Thanksgiving for everyone in the US. And that's probably because we're not having a huge engagement. But as always, this meeting is going to be recorded and we'll share it later in our YouTube channel. So today we are going through our regular agenda, as always, with committee and squad updates. And then, as always, we'll have our open forum section. So if anyone has questions, wants to make some comments, share some insights or ideas about Decentraland, obviously about this DAO, you're welcome to raise your hands and I'll invite you as speakers to the stage. So with that said, I believe we can start with the DAO committee updates. I'll pass it to you, Risk.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Thanksgiving. We have a few DAO updates so far for the month of November. Regarding grants for this month, we have 3 grants got passed with a total of $47,000, and we already vested their contract, which they are Decentraland Studio Maintenance and Community Summit and social media content marketing. We have just 2 points of interest got removed. Besides, we have already our Mimic address selling daily small portions, while we have 2 governments proposal passed so far in November. And on the other hand, we are completing the calculation for the first linked wearable payment for the wearable curation committee in order to distribute it, and which will be around $20,000. And that's it for this month. Back to you, Flash.
Thanks a lot, Risk, as always.
Thank you.
So I believe we can pass it to Gino for the governance squad updates.
Thank you. Oh, I was unmuted. Sorry. Noises. Okay, so our team is heads down working on some of the governance proposals that passed recently, focused on the financial reporting feature for project updates that got passed a few weeks ago. It was a proposal authored by Cheddar Queso, and we are wrapping up the work related to the Discord notification. So basically linking your Decentraland account to your Discord account and get notifications on the Discord server of governance related events happening in your account. So those are the 2 big features that we are currently working on. Oh no, sorry, there's one more. We are also working on an improvement on the proposals and landing page, because we have been noticing that the flow of doing and tendering proposals with the delayed voting periods and the proposal submission periods and all of that creates some confusion regarding when things happen and proposals get lost on the proposals page. So maybe a proposal that got a bid submission period open, when the proposal is available to start receiving votes, it's down on the proposal list. So we are working on a widget for important proposals that will have bid proposals, tender proposals, and governance proposals, so they don't lose visibility. So those are the 3 big features that we are currently working on. Since the last town hall 2 weeks ago, we just released small fixes and things, but nothing meaty, nothing juicy. So hopefully today we will be doing 1 release, and early next week we will be releasing the rest of the features we're working on.
Thanks a lot, Gino. You told me you didn't have many updates. That's huge.
I didn't have anything to show, any new thing to show.
No, but really great. I mean, the notifications thing, it will be great. Having that in the Discord will be really helpful. And the widget thing, now that we're having, well, I'm going to talk about this later, but with the headquarters tender proposal, that's going to be really helpful, both for the people that wants to submit bids and the people that wants to vote on that proposal. So, yep. Thanks a lot for bringing that.
Actually, let me show something real quick.
Go ahead, please.
I mean, I would just share my screen, but where am I? Here I am. Share. Okay, so this is just like a testing thing. So are you seeing my Discord screen?
I'm not seeing your screen now. It appeared and disappeared like 1 second.
Entire screen.
Now it's loading. It works.
Okay, cool. So basically, you will. I mean, we're finishing the steps, but basically, you're gonna be pasting like a message to link your Discord with the Decentraland account, and then we'll start getting notifications like this on your Discord channel. So I think it's gonna be pretty useful.
Yeah, it is.
That's everything I have to share.
No, it is really important because sometimes, like when we have discussions in the forum, people it's not aware in the Discord. When we are having discussions in the Discord, people's not aware of what's happening in the forum and the proposals. So I believe this is like a huge step towards having a better integration with all the platforms and the things that we use to have discussions. Okay, so thanks a lot, Gino. Again, really great updates, and I'll pass it to the strategic unit, to Lorelike, to give some updates on their operations.
Hi folks, happy Thanksgiving Day. So I finally made a draft of strategic document and shared it with Facilitation Squad, and I think we will soon share it publicly with community, I think on the beginning of December. I'm currently working on several governance proposals and polls, and on surveys in safeguarding measures working group. So we have a first round of survey, but it's like not so many answers, so I think I will extend it. Please participate in it. I think we'll publish it also in Twitter. Yes, Heather Queso and advised me. Yeah, so also I prepared like several new surveys in the safeguarding measures working group. And like as I said, on strategic document, it's pretty big, and there is like areas of interest of our DAO, like financials, like governance, like incentives, and we have drafted a strategy on all of areas of interest. So yeah, be prepared. I think in December, as I said, we'll have many updates. Yeah, that's all. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Lorelike. I'm really excited about the release of that document. Yeah, we're going to focus on that for the next 2 weeks, probably, and then we're going to share it with the community to have your inputs, to have your insights on that. But it's basically a summary that Lorelike is putting together based on every single session that we have for the strategic planning working group. Every document, everything that we've been working on, it's going to be together in one consolidated document. So that's a huge thing for the DAO. Just having that draft is a lot. So thanks a lot for that. Okay, so next one is the updates, updates from the Grant Support Squad. So I'll pass it to you, Fifi.
Hello to everyone. Happy Thanksgiving for those in the US. I'm so happy to be here with you to tell you the news. So first of all, I want to start that saying goodbye. Yes, because our grants finish this month. So I want to share some ideas and some thoughts. Of course, you can enter here in the Gov app and check our last update. There is the whole information. And before I start, I want to thank Racita, Pablo, and Sino for this great last 6 months. So we want to celebrate a couple of things. First, to announce that we have the grants GitHub repository. Yes, there you will find all the materials for grants from the DAO. So let me share it with you. Oh, I lost the thing. Well, I will share it in a moment in the chat, the GitHub, but that's something, here it is. That's something good because we found that everyone that brings something new to the DAO didn't have a place to put it. So we create this to gather all the information and the platform initiative, the games, and the documentation parts. And well, there it is. You can find it. So I will just go through some numbers from our goals. We have 3 goals always. The first one is support grantees. So these past 6 months, we have gathered like 148 hours to interact with grantees and supporting them during these last months also. About promotion, we have create 9 articles published during this grant, and also we are working in one more that hopefully will be posted on December. Testing Tuesday, we created a public Notion page with all the sessions that you can find there. During these 6 months, we hosted actually 21 testing sessions. And well, to the other goal that we had, that is foster transparency, the last town hall, we shared some slides that were pretty interesting. So if someone wants to check it again, here is the video. Well, all the learnings from the past 6 months around foster transparency. Also, the DAO GitHub is something that is related to this goal. And we make open the formal request to provide transparency to the concern rates and the status of the process and arguments. You know that the revocation committee and the request for investigation process is not an easy thing. And well, we are always trying to be open to listen to improvement and to make things easier to grantees. But this is not something comfortable for anyone to be asked for questions and to be under review. But it's something that we want to make always clear and to keep learning to make a better process for everyone in the DAO. Also, we share the Grant Support Squad Manual of Operation. That was a very hard job that we have been doing, but because, you know, when we started here, it wasn't anything and we started from scratch. So we gathered all the information that we're making right now, how we handle the grantees, the emails that we send, all the information is there. So if you want to create a Grant Support Squad from scratch, everything's there. Let me go to our third goal, that is guarantee and efficient use of the DAO treasury. So this month we received analyzed 2 concerns about 1 grant, and that's some 4 cases during this period. But we also dismissed 2 cases that they were invalid submission, and 1 was elevated to the revocation committee. There is a total recover from the revocation that is 433,770. The DAI during this 6-month period. I'm super bad at reading numbers, but that's a lot of money. I have to confess. So to close this section, I have to say that we also want to keep improving the grants program. We love to do that as a team. So a couple of things that we want to remark or highlight during this was that we helped with the compatibility with the last Decentraland SDK. So we created a proposal for that, and that was passed, and everyone are aware of that. So we also update the grants documentation with this information. We also create a landing page for grants to gather all the things that you need to know about asking a grant. There it is. And what else? Well, the onboarding kit. Yes, this was super fun and also was hard to deliver because we have grantees in every corner in the world, but we have made this first shipping of more than 45 deliveries. And if you are a grantee and you haven't received one of these, just contact one of us and we will help you to get that. This was an initiative that we tried this last 6 months, and it was fun. But I don't know, you tell me if you like it, this swag. Also, Agile. We have continued shaping implementation and reorganizing our meetings and roles and backlog. So we are testing this. We are applying Agile methodologies to our group to improve ourselves as well. And finally, grantee metrics. We gather in impact metrics along with the grantees and in compliance with the new requirements. That's something that was voted this year. So we have all this information that we will send you to read that. Well, a lot of stuff. So I want a round of applause for us. We finished our grant. So thank you everyone for being so supportive on this process, being patient. We are super happy for that. So to continue, we of course want to continue doing this work with you. And since our last proposal hasn't passed, we have gathered all the information and comments and feedback from the community and create a new proposal. Oh, thank you, Amelio. I need some claps. So. Well, we were working with the team to create a new proposal. So we'll be happy to read you, and will be great if you can engage with positive comments and questions and make your vote. So next thing. Well, we also wanted to bring something to the discussion. In the forum, there's another thing. This is just, we like to hear your thoughts and ideas about the grant selection process. Why is that? Because there are two main problems that we have identified about the grants program that are really important for us to address to create healthier environment and also to make better investment from the DAO. So one of that is to mitigate the toxic lobbying and the harassment to the prospect grants. And the other one is to ensure a high quality of projects since the selection stage of the grant, with the purpose of having analysis previous of the passing of the grants and making sure that the qualifications are met. So after hearing the community sentiment, key stakeholders, the other core units, we had gathered a few ideas that we would like to bring to discussion in the forum. I would like to hear from you. So here in the chat, is this link. I think will be great if you can enter here and put your thoughts around this. So, well, somebody said that this is going to be our last time. Oh, I'm going to miss you from Town Hall. But before I go, I have an amazing grantee that are bringing some updates for us. This is Genesis City. So here is the Genesis City link. And let me share my. Wait a second. I will share my screen. I think I'm not going to miss Discord. Well, here it is. Genesis City. Well, you let me know if this is working. I'm sharing my screen. Going to the video. Let me know. Beth, if you can talk and say.
Yep. It's working for now. Yep. Can
you hear?
Yep.
Yeah, the sound is okay. Perfect. So, please welcome Genesis City.
Hi everyone, I'm Saibo, the project manager of Genesis City Map, and I will show you our project. First of all, I want to give a big thanks to my team, Maraos, that is the product owner, and Ivan, the lead developer. And then a big thanks to the Decentraland DAO and the community for your ongoing support. We received funding 4 times by now, and this has enabled us to work on many features and improvements. In case you don't know us, Genesis City is a top-down view map of Decentraland's world. And now I will show you around the map. We have a zoom in and zoom out options. So if you zoom out, you can see the entire map. If you zoom in, you can see the map with a lot. Then we have implemented different layers. I will show you around some of them. The first one is my favorite one, so I will go with that one. Look at this, it's the night mode layer, and we can see how Decentraland looks at night. I also like to play with a toggle and go on and off in day and night. Then I will show you the recent changes layer. If I click here, you can see that different parts of the map get a red color tone that show the changes related to the last update. So you can see at the bottom right corner that we display the date where we last updated the map. And then I will go to our last acquisition, that is land for sale and rent layer. I will zoom in a little bit. For example, if I click here, we will see the information of the land, if it's for sale, if it's for rent. Here it's for rent, we can see the price per day. And if you click here, you will be redirected to the Decentraland marketplace. You can also click on the map wherever you like, for example here, and you will get the information of the land. Then if you right click, you will see these 2 options. You can jump into this specific coordinate in Decentraland, you will be redirected there, and then you can report a coordinate if you see that something is broken. You can click here and you will get the notice that it was reported. Last but not least, a great news is that our map has been integrated into Decentraland, so you can now see us under the satellite view there. We are super happy to be part of it, and we receive great feedback from you. A big thanks to the Decentraland Foundation for this great work. We have some other features, so I suggest you go into our website and explore the map in different ways. But to wrap up, I want to share that we posted a new grant proposal last week to continue working on Genesis City Map, so you can go and check it out and also leave us feedback because it's super valuable. So stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for your ongoing support. This is Sabo from Genesis City Map, signing off.
Thank you. So a clap for our grantee. Oh yeah, Paula, I wanted to mute my thing, but I couldn't. So thank you everyone for listening today. So if you have any doubts, just let me know.
Thanks, Fifi. Really great update from the Genesis City Map grantees. I'm going to totally explore that again. I can recall when was the last time, I believe a month ago, but a lot of updates are there, so I'm definitely going to try it out. Okay, so now we have our facilitation squad updates, and then we're going to jump into the open forum section. So I'll pass it to Natalie first.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. Cool. So thank you all for being here today. And thanks. And for those of you celebrating, happy Thanksgiving. I'm personally very much looking forward to my turkey comatose later today. It's been a busy couple of weeks. Hosted 2 Brick by Bricks during these past weeks. The first one was with Babe Ackner, OG and Argent, and we took a deep dive into the Decentraland music festival build. And the second session was this past Monday with Mies from Last Slice Studios. We dove down his rabbit hole into Decentraland, discussed his source of inspiration for lore creation, explored a couple AI 2D and 3D based tools, and dove into his gave a demo and upcoming event in Axar. Also hosted Town Hall, where is it? Here it is. Okay, I'm also about to post another Brick by Brick with Tapcraft. That will be the next one. That will be happening December 4th. They will be taking a deep dive into Crossverse, talking about their creation story. Plus, we'll be getting a walkthrough by their devs on how it's built. I'm super stoked for that one. Hope you guys can all join us for that. And if you guys want to watch any of the past ones, here is a link to that playlist for you guys. Also hosted a Twitter Spaces / in-world meetup during Decentraland Music Festival with Babe Backner. That was a lot of fun. Plus, wanted to give a shout out. This is the last 24 hours to fill out the community-wide survey for the Decentraland Music Festival. The deadline is tomorrow. And if you guys haven't had a chance to do that, here is the link for that right here. Also, want to give a heads up for the next upcoming Decentraland All Hands. It's happening December 6th. Fede just posted up the events earlier today for that. So, for all of you guys, in case you have never been to that, these meetings aim to improve transparency, visibility, connection within our community through regular updates and open interaction with Foundation. And these sessions are divided into 3 sections, starting with Foundation Update. And what is covered there is basically meeting by meeting. It changes, so it's special announcements, strategic updates, marketing plans. Part 2 is their product update part, which I particularly love. And these are Foundation team members, and they share relevant product updates and from the past cycle and upcoming cycle. Part 3 is like the last AMAs that we used to have. It's the AMA portion, and this is an open space for community members to ask any questions. So be sure to check that out. And here is the link to those. If you've missed the past ones, those were great. And in regards to everything else I do, still doing all the socials like always, continuing to plan, create, and post across all our socials, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. If any of you guys here are new, be sure to catch up on our all our DAO and all our past posts on our YouTube channel. And here is the link to that as well. Head over and yeah, give a watch. Lots of great content on there. We do have a bunch of really cool stuff that Sinful, part of his grant, was updated a couple weeks ago, so be sure to check that out. Great for onboarding new members. So with that, I'll pass it back to you, Fede. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, Nat, for that update. A lot of things have been done these last couple of weeks, indeed. So thanks for that. I really enjoyed the Brick by Brick and the Twitter Spaces. So thanks for that. I'm going to share some updates regarding our operations, but first I'm going to share our grant renewal request in case you didn't have the chance or the time to review it. And I believe there are still 7 days before it closes, like the voting period. So you still have time to vote on it. In terms of strategic planning, we will have a next session during next week, I believe, or the following one. We still need to define a date for that and like a good time for everyone. And it's going to be about governance and incentive structure for the DAO and for the platform. Some stuff that came out when MetaRyuk intervened last time. So most of discussions are going to be around that, governance and incentives structure. In regards to the RFI, the request for information third round, we didn't receive questionnaires, so it's closed. We're going to have our next round, hopefully released on the month of December, by mid-December, I believe. But this round, for this round, we didn't receive anything. So we're basically, we shared the responses from the foundation for the second round, and now they are like still working on some follow-ups from those questionnaires. One about servers infrastructure, external servers infrastructure, and another one about IP for wearables. So those two were really interesting questionnaires. please visit them. And if you have also some follow-up questions on them, let me know. Regarding the onboarding sessions, we have another onboarding session next Monday. I'll share the Discord event. We've been having like some community members that are joining, some new joiners that also want to understand how this works. So it's been really helpful to onboard new people and to also to have some feedback, to get some feedback from the community members. So both new joiners and community members join, and yeah, let's have a nice time. One of my favorite updates today is that the headquarters tender proposal voting period finally started. This is related with what Gino mentioned a couple of minutes ago regarding this not being like available in the proposals list, not visible, but the proposal voting actually started. So we have, I believe, 10 more days to get it passed. And after that, we'll have a period of 30 days for all creators, studios, anyone that wants to present a bid, a project for the Decentraland DAO headquarters in world, to have that opportunity. So I invite you all to revisit that proposal, to call different creators, studios, or people you think will be interested in participating on this process and this project. And again, this is what the most important thing for me right now. So I hope you also take it as it is, as like the breakthrough in the metaverse for having actual governance interactions within the metaverse. So this is about setting a precedent in the whole metaverse space, not only in Decentraland. So I hope you all support this project. We'll send an email with some instructions for the studios and for the creators with our database, like to give them an explanation for them to have a better understanding of how this bidding and tendering procedure works, on what to expect about it. But yeah, that's going to happen as soon as this proposal passes. Exactly, Gina, the first immersive DAO. I really want, well, we should all want to set a precedent with this. So yeah, and last but not least, I have just a short update on something that we've been working on with MetaRyuk. MetaRyuk has been researching about banks and finance in the metaverse, and we've actually been working and discussing together about that specific topic. So MetaRyuk found that there was an open call to respond a short but comprehensive questionnaire published by the Financial Services Commission of Mauritius. And this questionnaire is really interesting because it explores, again, it's short, but it explores like the impact of the metaverse on financial services, like in the short term and the medium term, like the potential business opportunities for financial institutions, the desired financial services that could be unique in virtual realms, like also the challenges, like to have a widespread adoption, not only of the metaverse, but also about the financial services within the metaverse. So it's basically like its ultimate goal is to understand how financial institutions and banks can shape a positive and efficient user experience within the metaverse. So I'm going to share the doc that we presented to the, wait for it. Okay, yeah, Financial Services Commission of Mauritius. And before jumping into the open forum section, I would like to invite MetaRyuk to share some insights, some comments about his research about banks and financials in the metaverse. I'll invite you to speak. You are able now to accept my invitation and join the stage, MetaRyuk.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Fantastic. I want to show my screen. Let me see. There should be a way, right, to show my screen.
Yeah, you should be able.
There we go. Okay, just give me a sec.
No problem.
All right. Just let me know once you see my screen.
It's loading now, so let's wait. Yep, I can see it now.
Okay, so thanks again, Face, for this, and it was a pleasure working with you, collaborating with you, actually, regarding the mortgages financial sector, discuss, and eventually we submit this. Hopefully, the Q&A that the answers, or at least our assessment and analysis that we provide, would be useful for them to determine, what are the things that they can actually do in the metaverse, but anyway, I think many in this chat has either seen or had conversations with me in Discord or Twitter. So maybe I can just take a little bit of this opportunity to introduce a little bit about myself. I currently work in a Fortune 500 financial organization as a threat intelligence analyst, and part of my role is to monitor the developments and progress in the Web3 sector overall. So that's just part of it. However, in the evening, I participate in the Web3 ecosystem, and I do a lot of research into the solutions, the products offered by projects in multiple chains, either from the DeFi perspective, NFTs, or the metaverse. So one of the things that I've been researching on is how the metaverse is being adopted by the financial service sector, like banks, insurance providers, and the likes of such organization. And one of the things I am interested in is to see how these banks are using the metaverse, and what are they using it for. So I created this spreadsheet. I've been doing this for ever since the idea of the metaverse kind of pop out, and I thought okay, since I'm in the financial sector, maybe I want to update myself on what's happening. So ever since early 2022, I've been keeping up with the developments in the bank. So here are some of my findings. I'm just going to summarize it. So since 2021 until today, there's a total of, at least based on my findings, 39 financial institutions with a metaverse experience. And 18 of them, interestingly, have a digital presence in Decentraland. 9 of them in Sandbox, and 4 of them in Spatial. Banks in the Asia Pacific are the bulk of them, then followed by Europe, North America, and the Middle East. So for my research, there are 2 things that the banks are currently using the metaverse for, as of now. So the first one is aesthetic experience, as in using the metaverse for brand awareness to existing Web3 users. I would say about 80% of the banks are using the metaverse mainly to promote their services and products, but still they are in the exploratory stage. In terms of dynamic interaction, I'm not so sure if anyone heard this before. Payment solution provider Transact, back in August 2022, they unveiled the first metaverse ATM machine. So what you can do, you can interact with the ATM machine just like how you interact with a physical ATM machine, and you can actually purchase crypto in world. So that was, to me, an interesting development from the financial perspective. The second one, what banks are using it for is to hold one-time events. I think in June 2022, MasterCard, they had a presence in Decentraland and they took part in this Pride event. And the other one is the Spanish bank Santander held a challenge in Decentraland as well, also last year. So what stage are the bank in when it comes to metaverse adoption as of now? So based on what I've observed, I believe many banks are still in the exploratory and experimental stage, and currently they are initiating their presence primarily for at least branding awareness and customer engagements. However, in the coming years, perhaps not now, perhaps in 3 to 5 years from now, they may undergo a substantial evolution. Like Transact, for example, creating like a metaverse ATM. Maybe these banks would be exploring not just a digital presence, but also transactions and even decentralized finance within the metaverse platform itself. So there's been quite a number of developments where banks in Singapore, Europe, even in the US, they are testing decentralized finance transactions. While they are still in its infancy, but again, it's a start, and they are still developing and testing this. Now, another challenge, or at least a challenge that I see here for many of these banks, is that they may not know the tools and possibility that exist, especially within the Decentraland ecosystem, where the SDK 7, for example, it allows developers to conduct or code since that you are able to conduct transactions in world. So this, that I believe, is what Decentraland different from, or perhaps ahead than other Web3 metaverse platforms out there, because so far Decentraland allows monetization and business interaction to happen not just within the Decentraland marketplaces, but literally in the world, right, based on my testing of some of the codes here. So in summary, I believe there's lots of potential where financial institutions could explore deeper on what can be done within metaverse platforms. And perhaps this sector could be a game changer for Decentraland overall, making this platform, Decentraland, not just a place for social gathering, parties, competition like festivals and stuff like that, but a platform that could really allow organizations and even individuals or content creators like us to conduct businesses in the world. All right. So that's how I feel and foresee the future of the metaverse, specifically for Decentraland, at least based on the availability of the codes, technicality. I think that, to me, Decentraland is way ahead than most of the platforms out there. So again, that's it from me. Thank you so much. And yeah, any questions, let me know. I'm happy to provide. Yeah, I see Albert. Thank you. I think I did include Chile Bank. There's quite a number of, I think Chile Bank is here as well, somewhere. So yeah, this is so far the list here. If you do find any financial institutions, especially starting from like this month onwards, feel free to let me know, and I will include this and give you credit for helping me fill up this spreadsheet. I think this is going to be useful, and how I'm going to use this moving forward is, if let's say one day I'm able to represent Decentraland in one way or another, I'm looking forward to present this on a global scale in crypto conferences, whether it's in Singapore or Dubai. Just talk about Decentraland, how the financial institutions are leveraging on metaverse, especially Decentraland, and how the future of financial transaction can be conducted in Decentraland itself. So I think this is one way we can actually rely on such data. Right. So yep, that's all. Any question? And if not, I thank you. Thank you for listening. I'll pass it over to Facebook.
Thanks a lot, MetaRyuk. I already checked this list a couple of times, and like the research that you have done is like huge. It's really important to have like community members doing this. So yeah, thanks a lot for your insights. Thanks a lot for sharing this. Could you please share again that Excel file to the rest of the community, at least as viewers or commenters or whatever, so they can check it publicly, and they might help you with adding some other banks that we are missing.
Sure. Thanks, Chris. I initially thought I just want to keep it between us, but since you announced that, yeah, sure, I'll be glad to share. It's still in private mode, so if you want to access this, please ask for permission. and perhaps share me the details, like what else you can do to help. I'll provide the permissions gladly. Thank you.
Okay, sorry. I thought that since you were sharing it, it was going to be public now. But yeah, nice job with that. I really appreciate it. And if you don't want to make it public yet, let's keep working with it and do it later. But yeah, thanks a lot. So
Thanks.
before jumping into the open forum, as many of you probably have noticed, Canwolf has presented his resignation. Like occupying like a role, like Canwolf's role in a community like this community, it's like a huge effort. Like we are really exposed, and he always try like to bring a better mood to the Discord. So I just wanted to personally thank you. It will be great if you all thank him too. This doesn't mean he's like dropping moderation for now. He's staying with us till the end of our grant on December. But if the grant passes, he's leaving the team. He still be part of this community, as we all will do if our grant doesn't pass. But again, just wanted to especially thank him for like being the fronting with the community for a lot of time. For like, yeah, you all know what's the moderator job, and it's really hard. So yeah, really appreciate that, Canwolf. Thanks a lot for that. So well, right now, and with that said, I would like to inaugurate the open forum section. So if you folks have any questions, any comments, any insights that you want to share, please raise your hands. I'll invite you as speakers, as I did with MetaRyuk. And yep, we can discuss about everything we just presented, or if you want to share something, it's the time for doing it. Ten more seconds, and if no one says anything, we can start to wrap up this meeting. Okay, well, thanks everyone for joining. This was a real nice meeting. I thought we weren't having this engagement. We're having 26 people right now. I saw that other people dropped but yeah, being Thanksgiving and Thursday and not like the best time for everyone around the world. Again, I wanted to thank you all for joining. And yep, we'll keep you posted about new updates of the DAO. Please stay tuned for the All Hands meeting. Check the events. We're having a lot of events in the next upcoming weeks. So yep, that's pretty much all. And yep, thanks everyone for joining, and thanks for the speakers and the grantees and the core units for sharing their updates.
Thanks, fam. Have a nice rest of the day. Enjoy Thanksgiving.